Hey, everybody. Well, it is Saturday, 2 days before 11/11. So, this is the time to put your thoughts in a positive place. Think about what you want. You get what you focus on. So, think about what you want as opposed to what you don't want. And today, it I was reminded this morning of a book I read, I don't know, a few years, maybe five, no, probably 6, 7 years ago, where to go back to my last video, it's all up to you. Okay? Because what happened in this book, the universe has a way of putting you exactly where you're supposed to be. And what happened, these two women went to a conference, and long story short, they sat like side by side. They didn't know each other. They just happened to sit side by side. Well, in the turn of events, in this seminar that they were at, they found out that both of them had a son that had been killed by a drunk driver. Their sons' names were the same. One woman was she was dressed. She had gained a lot of weight. She was dressed in just basic clothing. And she was really struggling trying to get by because her son's death had really hit her hard. Well, and she had lost her job and all of this stuff. I mean, her life just spiraled downward out of control. But she came to this event looking for answers, okay? The lady sitting next to her, who had the same exact thing happen, used it. She was very fit. She was dressed very nicely. She spoke like all over the place. She used the same event in a positive way to help others. So the two of them got together, and this one woman that took it positively was able to help the other woman get to a better place. And so again, it's how you take everything. It's your choice on how you take what has happened to you or happened for you in life. And, because it was the exact same thing. They were both killed at basically the same age, same situation, everything. It's just one person chose to look at it in a positive light of how can I use this for the betterment of others. And the other one went into victimhood and the trauma around the whole thing, and she let it control her instead of controlling the situation. And I say that because that's what is going on right now. So many people are, well, not so many, because it's less and less all the time. Because people are waking up, okay? With the election that just happened, the people have spoken, people have made their choice. And it's for the people that, okay, well, let me back up, because we have been told that multiple things are going to happen. Everything, just like what happened back in 2020 with COVID. Okay. COVID happened. People that were awake and that we're not asleep and didn't believe the agenda. It was just another day for us. We didn't fall into the fear. We didn't fall into, oh, yeah, I'll do whatever you say. Oh my God, life is going to end. So for us, we saw the confusion, we saw the chaos, we saw the fear, and we tried to tell people, but they got caught up in the mainstream media and the government pushing their agenda. So the others of us saw it, and it was just another day. And I didn't let it stop me. It didn't even slow me down. I still did everything that I wanted to do just as I wanted to do it. So, but what happened is in 2020, that event, because then a bunch of people they started seeing the agenda. They started waking up. That's what's happening now. And other things have happened along the way, okay? Like the assassination attempt on Trump woke a bunch of people up. This election is another pivotal part, because look at, if you're awake and you see the agenda that they have tried to play out, a lot of people have shifted and they're like, no, Trump is a good guy. He's not perfect, but they see how the media has tried to spin it to make him look bad, to push the agenda of the dark side. So for us, it's just another day. We're still moving along, trying, how can we help other people? But the people that are still stuck in the brainwash, fear agenda, they're the ones that are falling apart. So this is another event that, if you step back and you look at it, it's just another event. But where are you vibrationally? Where are you in this situation? Are you seeing it as a bad thing? Are you seeing it as a negative situation? Is it controlling you? If so, step back and try to look at the bigger picture. And you when you get to the point that when you look at the bigger picture, you can start seeing how this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened. And it's all part of the agenda. It doesn't make sense. And I told when I started having coaching classes, I thought, okay, well, I wanted to do spiritual awakening. And then it was like God backed me up and said, but wait, not everybody's on that path. So how are you going to reach more people? And it's your consciousness, waking up your consciousness, because for everybody, it's a different thing. Some people wake up spiritually. Some people wake up to the government corruption. Some people wake up to the education corruption. Some people wake up to big pharma corruption. Some people wake up to religion, the corruption there. Whatever it is okay. Because when you wake up and you realize that this was a limiting belief, this was a brainwashing that we've been told our whole lives, and you're open to what else there is, and you don't shut all that off, the universe has a way of revealing more and more and more to you. And that's what's happening. People are starting to wake up. It doesn't matter what area they're waking up in. They might come to you and say, oh my God, I didn't realize the prescription drugs was so horrible. Or, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that organized religion was so horrible. Or education, or whatever it is. You know, and this all of it is tied to the sex trafficking and the child trafficking. You know, and it's all interwoven together. But if you don't see all of it yet, it's okay. Just be open to the fact that there is more to it than what you've been told. And for those of you that are awake, be there, be support for those other people that are waking up. That's why we're where we are. You know, it's like a mentorship. You were guided to this point to help now guide other people that are coming along behind you. And that doesn't mean you're better or worse, or they're better or worse. It's just you're there to help them. My husband told me before, because when we first met, the place where he was, it was a very religious place. And they wanted me to say that I was Christian and I did Christian healing and all of these, and I did it by the Bible and all these kinds of things. And because of what I do, they deemed me a witch. And I wouldn't, and I told him then, I said, I've been where they are. I was religious. I was saved and a Christian and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. What's wrong with it is the limiting beliefs and the division and the judgment. And I told him, I said, yeah, I've been there. I've been that person it was a general at the time. Well, he still is a general, but it was a general. I said, I've been where he is now. I'm not going backwards. I'm beyond that. And my husband didn't understand what I was saying. But he was looking, he was curious. He knew that there had to be more than what he had been told in the church, the religion part. So now that I've given him, there is no judgment. There is no limit. It's open your mind. You study, you read, you investigate, whatever you feel called for. And he has learned so much, but I'm here to support him. And now but then he came to me later, like months later, and he said, I thought you were crazy and I thought you were being arrogant. He said, but now I see what you were saying. I get it. Then the other day, he was telling me about how he saw something about how Soros and Elon Musk the two of them are going head to head. And I'm like, thank you, God. So anyway, he told me then, he said, when we first started dating, I thought you were one of those conspiracy theorists because I was telling him how corrupt everything was. And he said, and now he gets it. He sees the corruption. You know, it's coming into his existence, but it's because he's open. You know, and I'm not telling him, no, you're wrong. You can't, don't go there. And he's like the freedom of speech. I told him the other day, I said, people don't realize not you guys, because you guys get it, but the brainwashed people forget that there was no censorship, there was no fact checking back before COVID happened. And the only things that were censored were us trying to warn everybody else. If you were pushing their agenda, it just went. Everybody got it. If you were going against the narrative, against their agenda, you got censored. You got taken off of Facebook. You got fact checked. You got shadow banned. You got whatever. And it's like, but so the only thing they heard, unless they were looking outside of mainstream media, the only thing they saw was the agenda. And that's where, if you've woken up since 2020, God bless you. But look at how it happened. It was probably an event that happened that finally woke you up to the fact that there was more to the story than what you were being told. And more people are turning away from mainstream media because just like with this election, they have seen that they are pushing an agenda and they're lying about the truth. But more and more people are waking up to this fact. So as more of these events happen, it's your choice on how you look at it. It's your choice on whether you let it control you or you control the situation, or you just don't care. I'm at the point, I don't care. It just doesn't bother me. I see the nonsense, and because I know everything is playing out exactly how it's meant to play out. I know that everything is happening for a reason. And as bad as some people are seeing the results of this election, and it's fewer, thankfully, than the one, obviously, because Trump wouldn't have won otherwise, but there's fewer people that haven't woken up to that agenda yet. And like my husband said this morning, he said that more people probably are awake than we realize, but because of the shenanigans that California and New York did with the election, who knows how many people voted, but it doesn't matter because he still won. So, and it doesn't matter who you voted for. Even if you voted for her, you will, if you have not seen it yet, because you might be awake spiritually. You might be awake on a whole nother level. Maybe it's the education, maybe it's something else, but now you're going to start to see how her side is corrupt. Her whole family was corrupt. And if you watch alternative news, you can check this stuff yourself. Do the research. And anybody that's worth their weight in worth their salt, or whatever you say, however you say, worth watching, will tell you do the research. Don't go with what I'm telling you. You do the research. And when you start digging, you will see that these people are right. And the media is spinning an agenda of lies for a reason. So again, hopefully, the freedom of speech was I think the top concern that people had. Hopefully, because Trump is already in gear. He's already doing things that he said he was going to do for the positive, obviously. So freedom of speech was huge. The illegal immigration, the people coming over here illegally was this number 2 thing. He's already on it. I saw a thing this morning where he's already contacted Mexico, and Mexico is like stopping people at the border. It's like, why couldn't you have done this in the last 4 years? Because it wasn't meant to happen. They wanted those people coming in. It's part of the agenda. Because the other thing is, it fed the trafficking industry, which all these people, the dark side, are making money on that. So I saw something a while back. It's like, follow the money. If you don't believe me, follow the money. Where does the money go? Who has all the money? Some of the most corrupt people in the world. The people that own everything. Look at BlackRock. You know? I mean, when COVID happened and Fauci was pushing all this stuff, I think his wife was the head of the CDC, who was telling you had to get the shot. Ivermectin did not work. And he I think, is he over Pfizer? Anyway, it doesn't matter. He's over one of the industries that developed this shot. And oh, by the way, if it causes blood clots, guess what? His company makes the drugs to combat blood clots. So he's got you either way. He's either going to give you the shot and make money, or he's going to sell you the drugs to counter the side effects of what he just gave you. Still making money. And, you know, and that's just a small part. That's just a very small part. When you realize how wide the corruption is and how deep it goes, I told my friend and my husband, I said, these people that are letting the results of the election just annihilate them. They are beside themselves, upset, because they've listened to the agenda. They've listened to the lies. When they realize that they've been duped and what they've listened to has brainwashed them and told them lies and turned them against their family, excuse me, the ones of us that have tried to tell them, it's like my family. They won't listen to me. That Trump derangement syndrome is a real thing. My mother, God love her, is so deranged, she won't even listen to me. And it's like, okay, I can't say anything. If it's for Trump, she just doesn't want to hear it. She gets like rage. But those people, when they realize, and if they finally get it, and some of them are, some of them will, some of them won't. When they finally get it, that they've been lied to, if this set them off, oh my God. I can't even imagine how much of an emotional detriment it's going to be to them when they realize that they were wrong. But you know what? I wasn't always right. Maybe you were. I don't know. I wasn't always right. But I've been right for a long time now about this. So when they wake up, have compassion for them. help them through it, because somebody was there to help you through it. Well, nobody was really there to help me through it. I just woke up and had to, and, dealt with the division and the no, you're a conspiracy theorist. No, you're crazy. I'm the black sheep. I'm the wild one. I'm the one that's hard-headed, bullheaded, whatever you want to say. Yes, I am for a reason. But I also saw what was happening. So again, I'm there to help. I've been there to help my husband through this, and not that he isn't struggling with this by any sense. Thankfully, but I've been there to guide him. He is now there to guide other people, and it is oh my God, it is such a blessing to watch. It is such a blessing to watch. Because it is just natural for him. I think I told him. If not, I'm telling you now, babe. You inspire me. One day I will be as good as you. I mean, he is a natural at this, at just talking to people. That's I have my strengths, he has his. But I said in a video a couple videos ago, everything happens for a reason. God has used him. He's put him exactly where he was meant to be. Did the initial situation getting him there, was it pleasant? No. But that's why you have to find the beauty in the chaos. Look at the positives, and that's what he did. And God, the universe, source, has blessed him like I can't tell you. So, anyway, I'm here to help you guys. If you have questions, let me know. If you're struggling with any part of this, let me know. It's not from a place of, oh no, you're wrong, you're a conspiracy theorist. No, that's not. Those comments are not welcome. I send you love and pray for you, because you will get it when it's time. For the rest of you who do get it, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting and helping other people who aren't there yet or are just getting there. Like I said, each of these events has woken somebody up. More people are awake now. And I saw a thing this morning where the guy had done a breathwork session. And he said the initial part of the breathwork session was people from different countries, different backgrounds, everything. Men, women, young, old, it doesn't matter. They were all in this breathwork session. And he said, sitting back watching it happen, he said, there are no words. Because it started with people, they sat apart from each other. Because I don't know you, you don't know me. We're just we're here. He said then as it evolved and they went through the breathwork session, it got to the end of the breathwork and people were coming together and they were holding each other because they were crying. They were releasing whatever. And they went from, I'm from this country and you're from that country and the other person's from that country and you're black and you're white and you're red and you're yellow, and to we're all human. We're all human. And that's where the world is getting to, because it's compassion, it's love. And the more of that happens, we're all God's children. Nobody is better than you. Nobody is worse than you. We're all human. And it's time we put humane back in humanity. Because we had become the least humane species on the planet. And that's hard to believe when we're supposed to be the smartest. But we had become the least humane. It's time to put the humanity or the humane back in humanity. And we're all just human. We're there to support each other and love each other and not judge. There should not be division. The fear, the division, the judgment is all part of the agenda. Because when we're divided, they win. You know the saying, united we stand, divided we fall? That's what they want. They want the division because they want to control us. So the more of us that unite and come together is what it's supposed to be. So I see it happening. And my friend told me this morning, she's like, people don't even understand what Christ consciousness is, but I'm seeing how more people are becoming Christ-like. And they don't even know it. They don't even know what the Christ consciousness is. So I don't care how you get there. I don't care where you came from, what your journey was. It's perfect. It happened for a reason. If you're open on any one of the levels, continue looking, and not from a frantic state. Because the universe will give you evidence. They will give you downloads. They will give you whatever you need, however it needs to come across for you, as you're ready, as it happens. But it's be open. And just don't judge anybody else. Love them for whatever they're going through. So I hope this helps. It's happening. The shift is happening. It's beautiful to watch. It's absolutely, and my husband told me today, he's like, it's exciting to see how all of this is happening. I was like, yes, this is an amazing time to be alive. What's happening has not ever happened in the existence of our creation. We're making history. It's an evolutionary process that hadn't even hit the books or the book. So anyway, I love you guys. I am grateful for you. I am sending you many blessings. And like I said, if you have questions, reach out to me. I'm always here to help. And I hope you have an amazing day and have an amazing Monday, the 11th, 11/11. It is an amazing portal for positivity. So think about what you want, project it into that 11/11 portal, and then live it like it's already happened. Live your heaven on earth, or whatever it is. I see heaven on earth. I live it every day. So But that's what I want for everybody, to eventually get to their heaven on earth, because that's why we're here. So we will talk soon.